Okay, hello, good evening, and welcome. It's Monday, and that means that it's some very confusing set of options. But today we're just going to stick with copywriting because it's just simpler to say, isn't it? So that's what today's show's about. It's copywriting. Oh, of course, I turned the thing off. So anyway, that wasn't a slick start. That's what we should have started with. Anyway, so copywriting, 5-word phrases that open. So I could have said open doors or open emails or something, but I didn't really mean that. I just meant that open the conversation, the story. So these aren't even examples that I'm going to show you aren't even 5 words. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. I just picked 5 to write the headline. I should have added them up first, I guess. But these are some that just happened today. Wow, just happened today. These are email subjects basically. Let's just say I got today. What happens if you commit to going full out? So that got my attention because I don't know why. Need help. Beautifully simple. Probably crap. But this comes from somebody who can actually offer help. So that got my eye because they know what they're doing. So when they offer help, that works. It's not some Indian web company asking to redesign my website or improve my SEO. That would have been a huge anticlimax. But because I knew who it was from and I got that made me react. Never do this. Obviously, that's an open-ended thing. You could, explain what it is. But the most important thing is that when you open it, it has to really deliver and be something that actually was relevant to me. Otherwise, it's one of those kind of rubberneck headlines which just annoy you. So if somebody sent me a thing, never do this, and it wasn't about something really important that I should never do, which is relevant to me, then I would really get upset and probably blacklist them forever. Whatever. Somebody's insane success, and then you can put it wherever you like in the thing. But somebody's insane success, it's eye catching, especially if you know who the blah is. The blah is relevant to you, because everybody's interested in somebody else's insane success. So it's the word insane that really does it. Again, it has to deliver. I mean, I guess the words aren't maybe so as important as actually delivering on the promise that they give. But these were good, attention-getting emails for me. A beautiful collection of, whatever. Because I'm an arty sort of person, a beautiful collection intrigues me because it's a collection and it doesn't say, whose collection or it's not a collection I've seen before. Again, curiosity. I'm looking for inspiration. I want to see that, and as long as it is a beautiful collection of something or whatever it says, then that will get it. But again, common thread, it has to deliver. The other one, hand pan mini drum, probably not that relevant for most people. I just happen to want one. So the only reason that I mention that is that becomes important when you actually have something that people want. So let's not forget that we can just, tell people that we have something that they want, assuming that we know that they want it. I guess if they don't want it, they just won't open and they may not be offended. So sometimes, somebody said, I think it was somebody famous, but they said, let me put it in... Let me put it in one of these. Somebody semi-famous said, sometimes the easiest way to sell a horse is to say, horse for sale. Okay, which would basically mean just, saying it like it is, really. So being congruent is, works really well usually, doesn't it? So nobody's going to be particularly offended with that. If they don't want a horse, they're going to think, why are you trying to sell me a horse? But anyone who wants a horse, they're going to think, wow, somebody's offering me a horse and I want one. Anyway, so that's like my hand pan MIDI drum. It's just if you happen to actually want one, that works really well. But again, the key thing here is that we have to deliver on these promises. So these are good kind of phrases. You can see why they're kind of curiosity and intrigue and value without being total rubbernecks, as long as they deliver. Obviously, hey is something that you tend to open, but if it's not a hey that you want, that's really bad, because it will annoy you and you'll delete it or report it for spam or who knows. So it's important to follow through. Anyway, let's make this more practical. So again, you haven't told me what you sell, so I'm just going to use my examples. If you want to tell me what you sell, you put it in the comment below the live stream and I can use it at some point and maybe offer you some suggestions for what you do, but you have to tell me what you do. So put it in the comments below. So I'm going to talk about my thing because you haven't told me what about your thing. So the current thing I'm working on is Anytime Webinars, which is a more than automated webinar replays. Okay, for 100 of reasons that we've gone into show before, and you need to see the product to really grasp it. But the big question is how can I get people to pay attention. Going from what we just said, it could be a different way to do well, it'd be webinar replays or automated webinars. I don't know which it would be. Okay, so that's a little less tacky than saying new. So that's kind of okay. It's not very inspiring though, because we don't know if they may not even know if they want to do, to do that or not. So how do we get around that? So this is my it's kind of internal notes, and obviously that's not really going to work. I mean that's the question I'm asking myself in order to try and explain it. So this was some bit of cock and bull hype that I came up with. It's true. But it's just so hypey, it's just not credible. So unless I'm talking to the most gullible people in the world who've never heard this kind of language before, they're just going to think, BS. So although it is true, it is the next generation in it. They're about to meet it, and what it does is, lie mass persuasion. It's true, but it's just too hypey. So how do we get around this kind of thing? What can we say? So my main argument is going to be old versus new, basically. Nothing ground shaking there. But it's simply the easiest way, to get the point across. And basically saying that, the status quo is currently incongruent and my version is congruent. The status quo is, fake urgency, fake story, basically, or incongruent story, fake scarcity, and fake interaction. So basically it's fake. Whereas my thing doesn't do that because it actually addresses all these issues, and that's why it's a kind of revolutionary platform. Okay, but I've had more time to explain that to you because you're already listening to me. If I just came to you with that long-winded, whatever it was, 4-sentence explanation, you'd probably already gone. So I need a way to sum that up. Ideally in about 5 words, and to do it. But again, the big thing is really, I think, is what is the outcome? This is kind of pain and novelty and discovery, really. And again, that may not, work. So, but one of the first points is, the promise of event marketing. But again, they may not know what event marketing is. This is the kind of phrase that I've come up with. So far, the power of event marketing, but with congruency and transparency. That's kind of okay. It's a bit dry and horrible, but it's kind of okay for the webinar presentation, which is what these slides are for. It's not really a great, kind of headline email subject. It does this. So I have to use the keyboard there. Not a great. Actually, I'll take both of those. I think. Not really a great sort of email opening subject kind of thing, but let's take that across and put this in here. Oh, it's a bit big. There we go. Okay, so these are interesting concepts. Again, not really the way to describe it. The power of event marketing with congruency and transparency. Congruency and transparency. I can't even say it. So that's it's just a mouthful. But that's what we want to convey. Except we don't know if they understand what event marketing is, and then that really expands on it. It feels like a real feels like a live event, but the convenience of the spelling mistake of the audience. So again, that's good, but only when you're sold into what it is. So none of these are really helping us. But these are the kind of the message that we want to put across, but in a way that somebody would actually understand. So what is the power of event marketing? In 2 words or less. And obviously we can't just say event marketing, because that that implies that they understand what fully what that is. So the power of event marketing, basically is reach. Okay, who we're reaching, their audience, or your audience it'll be in their case, and then how are we doing it? I suppose I'm doing a what, why, where, when, how really here, aren't I? So is that all of them? I think that's all of them. So why, that's probably the reach. What, that's the audience. When, don't really need that in here. How, be good to put that in. So I don't want to put next generation because it's hypey and crappy. Saying the product name doesn't really help anybody. It just appeals to my ego. Again, new, it's just sort of hypey. But anyway, we'll just put the benefit in. Of course, they're probably not going to understand. I don't even say transparent marketing, but the rule one is just put any word in before we forget. So that's more of a oops. So my head fell off there. And it's like no, that's a bit rubbish. Anyway, so anyway, we got a few words. We've got reach, audience, transparent marketing. Again, I'm not a great fan of that, but anyway. So fleshing it out a bit, that's sort of something. Let's just send that. Okay, so we've done the why. We've done the kind of what. When, well, it doesn't matter. How, we don't really need to put that in there. Who we've put in. So what are we missing? Reach, connect with the audience. So again, it's just showing it so hypey, but new would sum it up. So we could pose it as a question. So rather than how, it could be maybe what if. What if you can reach, connect with your audience? Without fake. I will put incongruent there because it's kind of the catchword of the thing. Without incongruent marketing. Okay, so that's I guess that's kind of really a problem pain kind of thing, but it's semi-inspiring. So what if you could reach and connect with your audience without fake and incongruent marketing? So it's not nice, but it's not awful, but it's not nice. It's also a bit long. So if we just try and make that less wordy, so we could say avoid being fake. So rather than reach and connect, I don't want to say engage. I'm going to stick with reach. And then, again, probably not the word that I want to use, but en masse is kind of what why it's important, because it's that's kind of the tagline, really. So it's not really the phrase, but it's something. That's the tagline. It's not really a subject or a headline or anything like that. So avoid being fake. Okay, and then we could even trim that down even more. We could just do fake. Mass audiences without what? Maybe we would make it positive with congruency. Okay, really rely on the fact that people understand what congruency means, but that's I mean that's short, and fairly snappy. I think maybe I like that. Fake mass audiences with congruencies, but with congruency. Sorry, congruencies. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't. Some reason it doesn't seem BSy, but it gets it across, because the whole point of automated webinars is mass audiences. Mass audiences is what people want. It's an audience. They obviously want an audience. So that's kind of it. Let's just bring that down. Oh yeah, it wasn't much different. That's why. So just up here, let's just bring that down again. As I say, it was really more of a note to myself. It's not really, anything that we could use, publicly. But this isn't so bad. Let's just make it stand out a little bit. Fake mass audiences, but with congruencies. Why do I keep saying with congruencies, but with congruency? Gosh, okay. So yeah, so I quite like that. Fake mass audiences, but with congruency. Yeah, I mean that that would get my attention as an advert, I think. My immediate next reaction would be, is this BS? So as we say, then we got to deliver. But yeah, I don't want to be fake. I do want mass audiences. Congruency sounds something worth having. Yeah, for the minute, anyway. It's a continual process of evolution, but that's a start. That's more of a subheadline. Nope. And let's just get the tagline back in. So that actually explains what it actually is. Okay, that probably shouldn't be in quotes. There we go. I might put a gap there. Right, yeah. So, that's it. And then, that is the tagline, but we might actually say instead, how to reach mass audiences without being fake. So, that could be a headline, in itself, but it just sounds BSy, like there's some horrible kind of offer coming. So I'm not inspired with that as a headline, but it's not. It's quite good as a follow up because it actually cements that, and then it'll lead into into this, and then what's that attached to? Oh, maybe it's attached to that. Yeah. What was I going to say then? I forgot what I was going to say. What was I talking about? No, it's gone right in my head. Anyway, but so this would get my attention. Then we have to follow up with the with the goods. That's what I was going to say. And the way we might do that again, is basically before and after, because it's the easiest way to explain the whole thing and to accentuate the problem and the solution. So that would be the argument that we use. After that, that would be in the long part of the copy. But anyway, I quite like that. As I say, I think if we just went in using that, it would be a bit horrible. Is there a podcast that wouldn't work anyway? So the thing I'm going for is fake ? Mass audiences, but with congruency. That's the big headline, and then the kind of sub headline to that would be how to reach mass audiences without being fake. But that's the thing that I don't think would work very well as a headline on its own, because it sounds BSy. It sounds like a typical sort of marketing question, and then the actual kind of what it is, automated webinars that feel live and actually interact is the actual tagline. But before we get to that, I think we would do the before and after story, because as I say, it's the easiest way to explain what the advantage of this SaaS platform is. Okay, so there we are. So we're kind of done it. We're kind of with a half okay headline or email subject. It's not too hypey. For some reason, it doesn't feel hypey to me. And it has got the message in there, and then all it needs to do is to lead into the the explanation, which is the before and after, and then the tagline will kind of resolve what it is. So that's it. I think we'll quit while we're ahead there, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow for funnels and stuff. Yeah. So see you then. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. Bye bye.